Welcome to Discover the Santa Ynez Valley. I'm Shelby Sim, and this week we'll be going to Solvang, Buellton, and Los Alamos with a relaxing visit to the Chumash Spa. But first, let's get checked into the Hamlet Inn. Jesse, thank you so much for having us out to the Hamlet Inn. Please tell us about your amazing property.
Well, thanks for coming out. We're happy to have you guys here. This property, it was one of the first properties that was built in Solvang, and
Really?
by some of the original Danes. This building has 15 units. It's a small property. It used to be a motor inn, and it still kind of performs as a motor inn. You can drive up to your rooms, basically. But what we've done is we've taken the property and turned it into a more of a modern kind of boutique property. That was done in 2011, first and foremost by Shelter Social Club. And then the aesthetics are continuing along that line. My sister, my mom, quite a few of us participate together as a family to continue to create this very modern, classic vibe to the property. As you can see with some of our decor, whether it's the Danish blankets, the artwork on the walls, the accent walls, the lights, everything. We pay attention to it all, and we try to keep it nice, clean, and just simple. We also have bikes that we rent out to guests, these wonderful red globe bikes that have I Heart Hamlet Inn on it. And so if you're around town, you probably have seen them. They'll cruise around.
Yeah, your rooms are beautiful, and like you say, it's very unpretentious, very approachable. You drive right up to your room, but when you get inside the room, it's incredibly comfortable, and you feel, like you say, modern. You know, like you're here. And what kind of things are close by your property here?
Well, we're right in the village, and so you have the Solvang Brew that's right across the way, Paula's Pancakes, which everyone loves that place. And in the mornings when you wake up and leave your room, you definitely get a nice whiff of Danish pancakes right away.
No escape.
No escape the sweetness. You definitely, I think we'll probably just get a sugar high from walking outside the doors. But again, for a lot of guests who come into town, whether it's to enjoy wine, the restaurants, or just to escape from any place, any different city, the Hamlet Inn provides a space for you to come and sleep comfortably for a really reasonable price. You have a wide selection of properties in Solvang, wonderful, wonderful places. I think what sets us apart slightly is that we do have that modern bent, and we are pretty affordable to most guests. We also have a wonderful wine tasting passport that we ourselves have curated and tasted at. We took the time definitely for all of you to taste those wines to make sure that who's on that passport are people that we appreciate and love, and it's a wonderful value to have while you're here in town.
And what does that passport provide?
It gives you 2-for-1 tastings at some of our local wineries all around the area. Many of them are listed in Solvang, but also Los Alamos, Santa Ynez, and even in Los Alamos.
Ah, it's fantastic. Well, gorgeous property, centrally located, affordable, as you say.
Yes.
You have other properties within the Santa Ynez Valley. Your family?
My family does. So Shelter Social Club, again, is the one that originally redesigned the property and has provided the aesthetic to the place. They also have a property in Los Alamos called the Alamo Motel. They continue to do a wonderful job of taking properties that are motels and turning them into something beautiful. They're definitely all art pieces.
Jesse, what kind of things do people do around Solvang when they're staying at your property?
We have a wide variety of people. We get a lot of families who come into town, moms and dads and partners who bring their kids, and we'll just tour the town and maybe even come for just the bakeries and the sweets and the different stores. But they also come to wine taste, and a lot of what is beneficial to Solvang and the Santa Ynez Valley is that tasting rooms and vineyards are open to all ages. So you as a parent can come and taste, your kids can play and
Very
see
welcoming.
all the different sites.
Yes.
So that's one of the types of guests. We also get guests who are just in town to get away from it all. They want to maybe be in an area where there's a lot of scenery, and so they'll walk around the town, but also do hikes or cycle. Things like that are definitely what the Santa Ynez Valley provides. It's a beautiful space. I moved here from Orange County, and as much as I loved it there is just something about the Santa Ynez Valley, the lands that are undeveloped, the beauty that's here, the pace of life that just kind of settles your soul in an amazing way. And I believe that that's what we provide for guests here.
Yeah, and you do, and I hear it quite often myself when folks are coming over the pass or coming up the 101. Whether you live here or you're from Los Angeles or anywhere else, you just take that deep breath of fresh air, and you feel like it's just amazing. It's a great escape, separate from your everyday grind.
Right, and the town of Solvang out of the Santa Ynez Valley is also just a really charming, kind of quaint place to come and escape to.
Yes. How can we learn more about the Hamlet Inn?
Well, we do have a website. It's just www.thehamletinn.com. Everything you need to know is pretty much on there. We have photos, rates for all the different times that you might be thinking of coming out. You can also give us a call at 805-688-4413. We would be happy to answer any questions. I will probably be one of the people answering the phones. And you can also find us on Instagram, just at Hamlet Inn.
Thank you, Jesse. Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.
Sure.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
The Santa Ynez Valley offers every level of fun, from total relaxation to fast-paced thrills. In fact, you can find all that at Chumash Casino Resort. This incredible facility boasts a massive casino floor, restaurants, entertainment, and for our purposes today, some tranquility as we visit the Chumash Spa. Melissa.
Hi, Shelby.
Good to see you.
Hi, nice to see you as well.
Thank you for having us out to
It's
the
our
spa,
pleasure.
the spa at the Chumash Casino Resort.
Yes.
Please tell us about it.
The Spot Chumash Casino Resort, 25,000 square feet, 9 treatment rooms. 9 in total, plethora of amazing treatments from massage services, facial services, as well as nail care services. We customize all of our treatments based on our guests' requests, as well as go above and beyond to make sure and to ensure that their service is perfect from beginning to end.
Fantastic. And what does a experience entail? Like for how long? And
Yes,
that kind of thing.
excellent question. Shelby, we have 50-minute treatments for massage and for facial. We also have 80-minute treatments for massage and facial. We have an incredible nail bar as well, so we do lots of express treatments as well as 50 and 80-minute treatments all around.
So tell us about your boutique.
Oh, well, Shelby, we have an incredible line of products, from organic to our skincare line, SkinCeuticals, also hydropeptides. As you can see behind us, we also have Farmhouse Fresh, which is an organic line here that gives back to the community and to the country. So from candles to atomizers and so forth, a nice shopping experience for all of our guests.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Why don't we go check out the spa?
Perfect.
So Melissa, where have we found ourselves?
We are in our co-ed relaxation area. So our ladies and gentlemen can come before or after their treatment to relax and unwind. We have a lovely infused water as well as organic apples, and then a very healthy tea.
Very nice. You told me
Yes.
earlier that you have 9 treatment rooms.
Yes.
Are there rooms that are specifically for couples or men or women? Or
Yes, there are. So we have 2 couples rooms, and also the other rooms are for single treatments, so we can do massage or facials together or separate.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, it's an incredible environment. I
Thank
feel
you.
very relaxed and ready to put on a robe
There you
and
go.
chill out. I understand you just went through a recent remodel.
The spa underwent a very beautiful remodel. They put a lot of time and effort and thought into it. The outdoor area for our guests is the original resort pool, which they turned into a co-ed area as well. And that has a mineral pool, a soak, as well as a cold plunge. Ladies and gentlemen can utilize it for the entire day. So they can come in early and spend the day. We also have access to our in-room dining, so they can bring down lovely assortment of favorites that they've chosen off the menu.
Wonderful.
Yes.
That's terrific. What else would you like us to know about the spa at the Chumash Casino Resort?
Very proud to offer the hydrofacial. We are the only spa in the Santa Ynez Valley that offers it. It is an incredible facial. I call it the super facial. So it's deep cleanses, exfoliates, hydrates. It is a medical grade facial. Definitely recommend it.
Wow.
And for the perfection in nail services, we have the best nail bar, also located in Santa Ynez.
What's a
Definitely-
nail bar?
It's where they do manicures and pedicures.
Okay.
Yes, it's incredible.
How do we find out more information?
Feel free to give us a call directly, or you can visit our website, chumashcasinoresort.com, for further information, as well as our menu will be online as well.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you, Melissa.
Oh, it was
Thank
a
you so
pleasure.
much.
Thank you, Shelby.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was so relaxing, but I think I'm ready for some food. Just a few miles away in the western town of Los Alamos, you'll find Full of Life Flatbread. Let's meet the owner, Clark, and see what he's got cooking in his incredible wood-fired oven. Clark,
Howdy.
thanks for having us out to Full of Life Flatbread.
Thanks for coming to Los Alamos.
Wow, this looks amazing. But before you tell me about this amazing stuff that we're about to get into, tell us about Full of Life. How did it become? What's the inception?
So we've been here in this town in Los Alamos for 16 years. We're in our sweet 16th year. And it started with the oven behind us. That was the first thing I did when I came here, was build that oven. It's all local stone from the creek bed. It is handmade, and the idea with the restaurant was to basically have the hearth be the center of the restaurant and have almost all of our food, including desserts, come out of the oven. And so that's what we've been doing for 16 years.
That's amazing, and I know that sourcing is also really important to you.
Yes, sourcing is critical, and that's when I came up here from Vermont, and before that from Los Angeles. We quickly built a network of some amazing farmers and ranch people. The fish right there came directly from the fishermen yesterday, caught off the Gaviota coast. We have a whole slew of our suppliers that we deal with every single day.
Who is your customer?
That's a great question. Here we are located in the Central Coast, Santa Ynez Valley. We have a lot of locals, and by locals I mean Santa Barbara to San Luis Obispo, and of course the valley here. But we've really created a destination restaurant and a destination town now. So we have people that drive up from Los Angeles just to eat here and then drive back the same night. We have people that drive down from San Francisco and perhaps plan a couple other things in the valley. We've been written up pretty extensively throughout the years we've been open, and so we get people that travel to us and make it a destination dining experience.
My family and I eat here quite often, and as you know, I have young children. It's an incredible family experience as well here at the Flatbread.
Yeah.
Well, this all looks amazing, and while you were waiting to sit at the table, I was really trying to keep myself from digging in. Could you just briefly take us through the dishes?
Yeah. So as I said, we change our menu every week. We are called Full of Life Flatbread. Flatbread is sort of the focal point. I had a bread bakery before this, and so we have a slow fermented pizza dough, if you will, flatbread pizza dough that we let rise for 36 hours before we bake it. So you've got 2 flatbreads here. These are both on a regular weekly menu. This one we call the shaman's bread. It's got pistachio, red onions, rosemary, and flaxseed. And then below it we have our, we call it a Central Coast sausage. It's local pork that we make with fennel. We make all our own ingredients. So this is a pork sausage that, we make.
Wow.
Right here we've got a Gaviota whitefish caught by Travis Meyer, who's one of our fishermen. It's on top of some parsnips from Jacob at Roots Farm on the other end of the valley. Right here we have a beet and lentil dish. This is both vegan and gluten-free, which we do a lot of. We'll do meats, we'll do fish, we do proteins, but we also do a lot of gluten-free and vegan and vegetarian options. And this is escarole, again from Jacob at Roots Farm. It's grilled, the escarole is grilled in the wood oven, served with some peas and fresh burrata cheese. And this is vegetarian and gluten-free.
Wow.
So, some of what we do.
I cannot wait to dig in, but I noticed we also have some wine at the table.
Yes.
Would you take us through what we were going to be tasting and pairing these with?
Yeah, so we are very fortunate to be in this amazing territory of, land of wines. We have several winery tasting rooms here in town. So what we have today is we're going to be pouring a Stoltman Grenache Rosé. Peter Stoltman is a dear friend and was here yesterday with his family and probably will be here tomorrow. They just make some fantastic wines. And then we're also having a Shannon. This is Gavin Shannon. We were very fortunate to be the first people with this wine. Gavin Shannon was voted 30 under 30, one of the top winemakers under 30 years old.
Fantastic. Well, let's cheers and dig in. Here we go. Clark, that was amazing. Thank you so much. Every dish did better than the next. And then I see this put down. What do we have here?
This is actually not on the menu, and it's by far our biggest selling dessert. It's never been on our menu. It was created by a customer. In fact, my whole staff knew about it probably 2 months before I even caught wind of it, because I was looking at something come out of the oven and I was like, what is that? And so this is affectionately called the Beast, and it's our chocolate brownie covered with our homemade marshmallow, served with some vanilla bean ice cream.
Wow.
And so this was created by a customer, and it turned out to be our #1 seller.
And it never been on the menu.
Never been on the menu.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
dig in.
Here we go. Some moist, add a little ice cream.
Yeah, we love the idea of cooking everything out of the oven.
Yeah. And that's something, even though you see the oven, I think people might think you have another way to cook food as well, but literally everything is done out of...
Pretty much everything comes out of the
Yeah.
oven. We do have a small amount of kitchen space.
Well, this is amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Clark.
Cheers.
Cheers. A little bit of this red, look at that. Wow. Clark, how can people find out more information about Full of Life Flatbread and find you?
So you can find us on the web at www.fulloflifefoods.com.
Man, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna enjoy some more of this here. Incredible
I'm
experience.
glad. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
One of my favorite things about the Santa Ynez Valley is how personal everything is. When you visit here, you make real connections with people, like the couple I'm about to visit. They're inviting me into their home to tell us about their amazing wines and how they mentored an iconic celebrity who wanted to try his hand at winemaking. Rebecca, Peter, thank you so much for having us out in this incredibly breathtaking space.
Isn't that cool?
Oh
Beautiful?
It's amazing. Yeah, where are we?
Gorgeous. In my backyard, our backyard.
Backyard.
Little dogs.
Wow.
And this is Apollo.
Hi, Paula.
And that's Artemis.
Hello, Artemis.
And that's Jesus and Chencho in the background. You hear the noise, you see the tractors back there?
Yes.
They're doing the real work. We're just having fun.
Yeah, so everything behind us is your backyard.
Yeah.
How many acres are there here?
We have 82 acres and 25 planted.
25 planted.
We actually like to say, welcome to our office.
This is your office, absolutely. And we are at Ampelos, and an incredible place in the Santa Ynez Valley. And tell us about your business. Tell us about what do we have in our glass. Tell us about your passions and your philosophy.
So, you know, this is Santa Rita Hills. We're on the western end of Santa Ynez Valley, kind of west of 101. And that's out where the climate that we got here is just so ideal for the king of the grapes, Pinot Noir. Of course it's Pinot Noir, which has been planted out here only for like, 45 years or so. So it's still relatively young in California with the Pinot Noir grape. This is just an ideal climate.
It's very nice, yes. And when did you get into, and why did you get into the wine business?
Well, the way it first started was a book my husband got called The Harvest of Joy, and it was about Mendavi when he was in his 80s, would go out into the vineyard, look at the vineyard, made decisions. It was a purpose that kept him going. And so Peter said to me, wouldn't it be, first off, we need a purpose when we retire from the corporate world. And wouldn't it be romantic to have 5 acres and your dogs running through, one of those kinds of visions? And I said, sure. I was so busy. I said, whatever you want to do. And so we looked around and we found this property before it was even Santa Rita Hills. We had absolutely no idea what it would become. Just simply the fact that it was just so beautiful is why we bought it.
And when was that?
So we bought the land in '99.
Okay.
And we're still working in corporate America. We did a startup company with some friends that took off like crazy. We took it on the stock exchange. But this became more and more heaven. We would come up here. There was nothing on the land. It was just raw land. We bought an old travel trailer. We would spend the weekends in. We would walk around with a cowboy hat and a farmer's jacket and play weekend farmers. And it became the highlight of our life to come up here.
Wow. And I noticed you have an accent.
Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, as you can guess. Denmark.
Denmark. So right next door, we have Solvang, the Danish capital of America, coincidentally, right?
Yeah, what a strange coincidence.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, Solvang always has to come to Peter because he's one of the last few to speak Danish.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. We often have Danish television stations coming out here. Hey, we need to speak to a real Dane. I'll go out and talk to that farm out in Santa Rita Hills.
That is fantastic.
He still speaks English. Yes, snakker stadigvæk dansk.
So tell us a little bit about your philosophy here at Ampelos.
Well, as you can see, we live in the middle of this vineyard. And when we first started farming, you could spray the conventional, products. And I kept seeing these signs going up as skull heads and crossbones saying, do not enter for 48 hours. And I said to Peter, I said, we live in the middle of this. Our dogs are here. We have horses here. We need to look seriously at a different farming way. And so we actually, towards the end of 2005, decided to switch to become biodynamic, which by default you're organic. And then we later got our certification for sustainability. So we have actually become the first vineyard in the U.S. to be certified organic, biodynamic, and sustainable in all 3 practices.
Yeah, that is what do we have in our glass here?
So, Pinot Noir, of course.
That's right, as you had said.
Yeah, Pinot Noir here from the back, from the vineyard right behind us. So it's our 2015 that we made with a combination of 7 different clones of Pinot Noir. Did we forget to say cheers?
We did.
We did.
I don't know if we forgot, but it's time.
We remembered now. We like to, on our wines, to barrel age them longer than most wineries. That's why 15 is our current release. And then we like to bottle age it another year. So we're actually aging the wines for you. We put very minimal amount of oak in it. We don't like to rack it. We just basically let the wine make itself.
Because it's really made right behind us in the vineyard.
So I've heard that you're working with a certain legend in the movie industry or somebody we've all grown up with by the name of Kurt Russell. Is that true?
Yeah, so we make wine for Kurt and been doing it since 2008. And how it all happened was he was filming a Tarantino movie right across from our property. And he started tasting Pinots in Santa Rita Hills, and he's a Pinot lover. And he just loved the wines that were coming out of here. And one of the things that was really important that Kurt had always wanted to do was to learn how to make wine. And unbeknownst to us, we have a friend that is in common, and our friend told Kurt, saying, hey, I know you really want to learn to make wine, and you're talking to a couple other wineries. I have some great friends. Why don't you come up? Let me introduce them. You taste their wines and see. So Kurt came up with him, and he loved the Pinots we were making. It was exactly the kind of Pinots he wanted to make. And he asked us if we would make wine for him, and we said on one condition, and that is, it's not about slapping your name on the bottle. We want you to be part of the process and learn. And that is exactly what he wanted. He wanted to learn. So he's been involved in every single step of the way. And if you talk to him today, you think he can speak the language better than most winemakers can.
And it's always great to spend time with him. Besides of that, he's really a funny person, and we have a great time together. I've just enjoyed working with him and see his passion for wine. And he will come up here. He's been out picking grapes. I still remember the very first day he was out picking. He just showed up. I said, Kurt, walk up there at the end of the row if you can start picking there. And 2 minutes later, I'm like, how's it going, Kurt? You still got 10 fingers? He's like, yeah, ouch! And the thing we do is we make Pinot Noir for him from the vineyard here. We have 7 different types of Pinot Noir, seven different clones of Pinot Noir. And once a year, when Kurt is up here, he comes here a number of times, but once a year he'll come and we'll do a blending session where we taste each of the clones out of the barrels. We keep them separate in the barrels. And then he decides how he wants to blend it. And it's not like, okay, let's do this and that. It's iteration. So we'll do a blend, and he's often like, no, it's not exactly what I want. I need a little bit more body to it, or I need a little bit sharp, or I need it to be a little soft, or whatever. And then we kind of just keep on adjusting the percentages of these different clones. And it's just great to see the passion he has and how good his palate is.
His palate is fantastic.
He can tell you the differences between the 7 clones, not just who they are, but what they're different. And he has that passion. And that's why, one of many reasons why we love working with him, because he's just so excited about doing this.
Oh, it's fantastic. Well, thank you both so much for having us out today.
But thanks for coming out here, Shelby.
Yeah.
It's always great to see you.
Thank you. It's good to be seen in your incredible space. Ampelos Cellars, everybody. It's Ampelos.
AmpelosCellars.com.
AmpelosCellars.com. We're going to enjoy some more wine. It looks like there's some more in that bottle there.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's been another wonderful day in the Santa Ynez Valley. I'm going to head back into the Hamlet Inn now and have a quiet evening. We'll see you next time.